lovelies. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lena. I disappear, I don't want to say often, but kind of, sort of. So I was gone for a while. I took my break and now I'm back. I have been hella depressed. I just haven't been on here. I've been, focusing on myself, on my art, on my life, trying to get back healthy mentally before I decided to return. But here we are, here I am. Today, I'm going to tell you why I left my previous job. First, when I was hired for this job, I went in for my interview. That was all good. And then there was two parts. So the first part was an interview. The second part was a walkthrough. So they kind of just walked you around outside and showed you where you would be cleaning it, because we did clean downtown outside. I'm in here, listening to this manager speak about what the company is actually about, getting amped up, ready to do the walkthrough. This is when the manager above him came in. We'll just call this guy Jeff. So Jeff interrupts the other manager. We'll call him Bob. So Jeff comes in, interrupts Bob. We're literally about to head out to do our walkthrough, me and this other guy, and then Jeff pulls Bob to the side and they start whispering, and I just look over there and I'm like, okay, this is kind of unprofessional. What are y'all whispering about? They were whispering there, it felt like 5 minutes, and then they waved me over there. They were like, come on, come here. So I was just like, okay, here I go. Do. With my happy, bubbly self, I just go over there and I'm like, hi. I thought I was just gonna get a pass. And Jeff saw so, weren't you that homeless lady who stole my uniforms and started stripping in the middle of the street?
Bitch, you better be joking.
I started looking around at these uniforms and I'm like, I've never stolen anything in my life, especially not these ugly uniforms. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. And he was like, are you sure you don't remember stealing uniforms from me and stripping in the middle of the street downtown? I was like, whoa. I thought Jeff was joking.
Got him!
Because I didn't know him personally. This was my first day meeting Jeff. The first time I ever saw him, the first time he ever saw me. He thought he saw me sooner. But I'm just whoa, bro. I was I've never been homeless in my life. Before this, I was working at a daycare. And before daycare, I was working at Hooters. So what? Now looking back, when you get those flashbacks and it's man, I wish I would have said this. I wish I would have said that. So I'm sitting here man, I should have said, first of all, I have never, ever stolen anything. And of course, I'm not going to steal these ugly uniforms. Why would I need to steal these uniforms? They're not cute. Secondly, I am not stripping for free. Why would I take my clothes off in the middle of the street? That makes no sense. And thirdly, sir, you have lost out on a great employee, because clearly you don't know how to approach people, and I feel very, very violated with the accusations you're making against me. Over time, I started to realize wow, Jeff is an asshole. There were so many times working for this company where he just wasn't well-spoken. He did not know how to approach people. He was not a people person, and that's still not an excuse for treating people like crap. There was this one week where I was in the hospital, in and out of doctors every day, trying to figure out, why my asthma's flaring up again. And so I called out for 3 days. All 3 days I had doctor's excuse notes. And the day I came back, my voice was really hoarse. All day long, people were like, are you okay? Are you okay, Lena? Yeah, I just can't breathe. I literally had no voice. I'm kind of just out of it, honestly, because I still wasn't feeling well, but I was okay, I really need money, and I feel like I'm about to get fired, so I need to go to work. I have to go to work, no exceptions. So I went to work after 3 days. I'm still really sick, don't have a voice, having a really hard time breathing, so I'm going extra slow. He pulls up on me in his freaking truck, and he's all I need to talk to you about your performance. You're just not, you're not up to par. You've never been up to par. You've never been a good worker. Basically telling me that I suck. I suck at this job, and telling me that my streets and my area looks like crap. And I'm the areas that he told me looked like crap haven't even been touched yet, but he wanted me to be in a certain area by a certain time, although we had 8 hours to clean an area. And the area that I had that day was kind of in the middle. It wasn't too big, it wasn't too small. But I was taking my time because I really didn't feel like I should physically be there that day. However, I still came to work. I got out of bed, away from my breathing machine, away from all my medications, away from my safe space, my safe haven at my house where the air is filtered and there's no outside, no animals, anything, cigarette smoke, nothing that could make me have an asthma attack in my house. I left my comfort zone to come to work because I needed the money, because I felt like I was gonna get fired. So he comes up to me and he tells me all this stuff, and he's like, basically like, you suck, you've never been a good worker. And he was like, you're a nice person, but I need hard workers. And I'm sitting here like not being able to breathe. Like, whole time he's talking to me, I'm like, inhaler. like what? I was already emotional that day because I didn't feel good, and then he pulls up on me with this nonsense about how I don't do a good job, and I've been like below the standards for like 2 weeks, and I'm sitting here trying to explain, well, the last 2 weeks I haven't been feeling well, and then the past 3 days it just got really bad for me. He was like, when you had to go to the hospital, I was really thinking about firing you. You're always going to use the restroom. I'm like, I drink a lot of water, okay? Shoot me. Like, I drink a lot of water. I work outside in the heat. I walk all day long. I'm picking up trash. I have this is TMI, but I do have issues with bladder infections. I've always had issues with it my whole life. I have to drink fluids. I cannot hold my pee. I don't know if it was because I used to hold my pee all the time as a kid, and now I really can't. One day he came up to me, and it was like his first day back after being off for his 2 days, and he was all like, so I've noticed that you've sorry. I've noticed that you've been going to the bathroom a lot lately, so what's that about? And I'm like, I drink a lot of water. And he was like, well, I'm gonna need you not to drink a lot of water anymore. Okay, Jeff. Okay. I have 8 hours to pick up trash outside that's just gonna end up right back in the same spot that it was after I go to lunch. So, what's your point? What's your point, Jeff? He said, overall, with the breathing breaks and the bathroom breaks, you're only working 3 hours a day. And I'm sitting here like, well, at least I'm getting my work done in those 3 hours. Like, does it matter if I'm outside the whole time? And I don't even think that was very accurate, but whatever. So, needless to say, Jeff was a jerk, more than a jerk. I reported him multiple times throughout the lifespan of my employment there. This place was literally hell. Jeff was a problem, but there was also other problems. And of course, I told you guys about the story about Vicky. Like, there's just so much drama and hate, and like my mental health literally plummeted. I just was not okay working there, and I really loved it at first. It was a really easy job. Though it was easy, it was also a lot. It came with a lot of walking, a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of you're not allowed to call out or go to the doctor anymore, even with a doctor's note type of thing. Like, between me and my child, I have more than six days a year. So you hired me knowing that I'm a mom. You hired me knowing that I had asthma. And that's the whole thing. They weren't even about to hire me, you guys. Because I guess I came in with my hair done and my nails done and my face done in a cute little outfit. And they weren't about to hire me because they thought I was too pretty. Yeah. I feel so much more free. And God was really telling me that I needed to leave this job. Months in, I wanted to quit. Probably like 4 months into working at this company, I wanted to quit so bad, but I pushed through it. And I'm really proud of myself for the time that I did spend there after all of the scrutiny, hate, just awful things I went through while working there. It was the worst experience of my life. I would go back to any other job. I don't miss it. I'm not gonna go back. But before I end the video, really quick, I just have to tell you guys this because it's not like a whole video worthy of a story. So one day we came in and we had our little group meeting in the morning, and Jeff was there. Ta-da! And I guess Jeff had seen some of the guys the previous day sagging or like wearing their caps backwards or something, like while working outside. The next day in the morning, talking to us about our uniforms, like, you guys really gotta put your belts on, pull your pants up, you know, and you know, straighten out your hats because we're not straight out of Compton, and that's what you guys look like. Mind you, 90% of the people who work at this company are black. And he says, this ain't straight out of Compton. Y'all look like y'all straight out of Compton. Jeff, have you ever been to Compton? Like, you just throwing that out there willy-nilly, like you just know. You saw the movie once and you just, man, I don't even know how to express how wrong that was, and that he did not have to say that. He just didn't have to say it. Didn't have to say it. Don't compare people wearing their caps backwards and sagging, if they were even sagging, who knows, because Jeff Cuckoo, to a place. It's not okay to talk down about societies or, you know, make someone feel less than just because of where they came from and where they grew up. Like, you can't help that. And to compare the outfits of our uniforms or the way that people were dressing the uniforms to a place like that is just wrong. It's wrong on all aspects, and whether you guys see it or not, I saw it, and that was extremely racist to me because I knew where his mind was. It would have been wrong regardless, but like, especially coming out of Jeff's mouth. Jeff, if you're watching this, be gone. Just anyways, yep, that's the end of the story. I love you guys so much. Please, please, please subscribe. Stay tuned because I am going to expose the company's name and I'm going to tell you a lot more. So see you soon. Bye.